Okay, good morning. Good morning, all of you. On this August 21st, this is our sixth, what we call South Asian Folk Literature and Oral Poetry Festival. We don't know where oral poetry originated, but I think man sings. Man sings in happiness, man sings in sorrow, man sings to himself, man sings to nature. So this connection, man to nature, we call folk. So man is in pain, man can be in extreme joy, man can be bereaving his love, man can be feeling ecstatic about his gift. So all that in the world as folk literature, and we think South Asia has a large part of it. Now, to represent folk literature in words in our own tongue is not easy. So this is an experiment to see whether we understand our own emotions, who we are as men. Are we bounded by nationalities, by languages, by locations, or human being is one race, one large family? Everybody has hunger, everybody wants freedom, everybody wants joy, everybody wants love, and do people feel it? So hopefully next 2 hours, we'll try to, in our own way, explore this large drama of human life on the planet. Now we are also grateful to two individuals, um, Amandeep Singh and Amit Khare, who have helped us to put together the slides and the video that you will see. So the protocol would be Amandeep will run the slides, your name will come, and then you may talk over the slides if you like, if you want extra information that you want to give. And then a video will run which might express your material that you want to present. And then you present your poem. You present your poem as you are presenting on behalf of the people that you represent. We all become tiny little individuals on the planet, and we represent a group of people, our village, our city, our state, our area, our location, our country, doesn't matter, but we represent a group of people. And all this group together in the world are one human family. That's the idea. So in order to start us up, we have a very important guest. And before I introduce the guest, I should introduce my friend or my student, Jamuna Bai Prakash. She's born in this country and grew up here, and she takes extreme interest in this human family, meets people, and she has been instrumental in organizing our events. So let me introduce Jamuna with these words and ask her to introduce our first poet today from Congo. And Jamuna will tell more about him. Here is Jamuna Bai Prakash. Jamuna, kindly unmute yourself. And
hi, good morning, everyone. I also wanted to thank Sangeeta ji and obviously Amandeep ji and Amit ji, because a lot of this came together kind of at the last minute. So they were really supportive, and I appreciate that. So this first poet his name is Night Jean Mwangabo. Apologize if I mispronounced. He came to the US in 2016 from the Republic of Congo, and he's currently in Providence, Rhode Island. He's a senior at Rhode Island College. He is the youth leader at the Refugee Dream Center, which is a nonprofit for helping refugees. He spearheaded a soccer program this summer for the youth there. He's also on the Providence Public School Committee board. And finally, he's actually the Poet Youth Champion, one of them, for the United Nations Higher Commission for Refugees. So I am very proud and to introduce him, and he will be reciting a poem in his language, Lingala. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this beautiful introduction. My name is Nigin. I'm from Congo. But for the first slides, you can see the first picture of a man and his kids and his wife wearing beautiful dresses. It's called Supper. I'm gonna go into it later. But the poem I'm gonna be reading is called Nakati Yambongo Yamukanisi, in the mind of a thinker. The poet name is Patrick Kuruki. He has a last name from Burundi. He probably has a Burundian parents. He's from the Republic of Congo due to war that happened in 1994 and the genocide that ended in 1996. Most of the information does not exist. So the poet took this his poem and uploaded this information in digital library. This is why this public forum is very important for a poet, a Congolese poet like me. In the mind of a thinker, reading this poem in the Lingala, in my own language, you're gonna see it gives a deeper meaning. In Lingala, express that everyone is free to think. We may have different way of thinking, and that's okay. And the truth to this poem is trying to convey is that everyone is a thinker, and we can use it for the betterment of humanity. Before we go to the next slides, I wanted to point out to everyone in here that there are two actually Congo in Africa. The first one is the Republic Democratic of Congo, which was colonized by Belgium. And the other one is the Republic of Congo, which was colonized by France. And in Congo, we speak Lingala, the same languages. We practice the same language. We eat the same food, the same culture, the same tradition, but we are totally two separate countries. Next slide.
Jumped. No, jumped.
Okay.
Finalement, attire les femmes.
Jumped though, slide 3.
It's on the slide.
Go back. Yeah.
Right. So this picture here, it shows about the culture of Congo. The first picture, you can see a woman and a man on a boat, standing on a boat. They are fishing on the river. When I was young, just like in Congo, we just don't write and do different things. But like when we're not doing anything, our parents uses fishing as a form of to get money and also to feed the family. So my mother would leave us at the refugee camp to find food this way. And the second picture of a man wearing very nice suit, it's called a sapper. So a sapper is a group of Congolese men or women who dress fancy and expresses themselves through style, clothing, and physical appearances. And the last picture you see is a young girl in school. I wanted to put it there because education in Congo is very extremely important and is also part of our culture. Next, we're gonna see a video about it. Yep.
Finalement, attire les femmes. Et la première femme à s'installer dans Souci fut une femme Sundi. Et c'est par là, vous savez qu'en Sundi, tout ce qui n'a pas de terminaison, on met toujours un i à la fin. Donc, sauce, finalement, s'est transformé en Souci. C'est tiré du mot, du nom de la société sauce.
So, well, what you see is a woman making fufu. And also the guy you saw in the beginning is what we call the village chief. He's like a king that people select for them. So basically, he's showing the villages, different parts of the villages and different things he's doing to attract tourists. One of the favorite parts that the chef is gonna say is like in this small village they don't have a lot, but they have much to share, and I love that about it. Do we go on next slide? So I do the poem.
You do the poem now.
Okay. Do you want me to share my slides?
No, just to sing your poem.
Okay. Good.
Slides are done.
Good. The poem is called Nakati ya Mbongo ya Mokanisi, in the mind of a thinker. Eloko nini mokanisi akanisaka? Nini oyo ozali mokanisi azali kokanisa? Eloko nini ozali kokanisa? Esaki oyo ozali koluka, taka kati kozali moko yango. Moto ozali nini kokanisa? Kasi oyo ezali tare nini moto okaki kosalela likanisi oyo yali ozali kokolela. Oyo ozali oyo okolela mopo malambo oyo ya mbabe. Elingi nini koloba teke likanisi oyo ozali kosalema ezali ningi malamu. Tolisa kosalela mengi makanisi. Kandisaka ezali ningi mengi, sika oyo ozali ningi nago kanisa. Kasi ozali kukanisa mabete. Ozali kukolisa ozali mosali na yo. Kotika koloba ete ozali kukanisa. Ozali nango kukuma na yo. Kokanisa eyo ozali na pe yango mwanga kango moke. Kokanisa tango ozali nange komema. Kokanisa tango ozali koloba. Tokanisaka tango tozali kolia, tokanisaka tango tozali koloba, tokanisaka tango tozali kokoma. Atango na oyo tozali kokoma masangi, tozali ningi kokanisa. Kango oyo tozali ningi mabe ya mbupeza, kokoma tozali ningi kokanisa. Kokanisa te ezali nini tozali nange kokanisa. Thank you.
Translation?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a translation or do you want to?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Great. The translation is in the mind of a thinker. What does a thinker think? Who is a thinker? What is an idea? What does an idea come from? Let's conversate about it. Everyone is a thinker, but it depends how one can use his idea in order to generate something that can be used for the betterment of the people. We have already seen many ideas that are bad. For example, there are numerous. At this time, you are a thinker, but you do not think so. Since you are doing this work, we can say that you are a thinker. You do not realizing it. Think again about it for a few moments. We think when we do everything. We think when we drive. We think when we eat. We think when we talk. We think when we write. We even think when we drink alcohol, even though our thoughts can be a little bit deranged and become very drunk. Surprisingly, we are still thinking about, but we may not remember what we are thinking about in the mind of a thinker.
All right, very good. Can we all unmute ourselves and do a applause? Can you, yeah, unmute yourself. All right. Okay. Very good. Very good. So thank you, Knight. Thank you, Sangeeta ji and Jamana to negotiate with him to bring him over. And let us continue. Knight, welcome to the group. You can join whenever. I'll put you in the mailing list and you can join when you feel like. Our next participant is Mahendra Bhai Bakshi from Gujarat, has been here for long.
Mahendra Bakshi.
Yeah, I cannot hear, so that's okay.
No, you all please mute. And so Mahendra Bhai will talk about the Indian freedom, and he has a poem to offer. So let him continue. Mahendra Bhai Bakshi.
Yes, next slide, please. Next slide. So basically, this is a map of India as of 1901. And this is how it looked about 121 years ago. And the song that I'm going to recite was sung in 1901 by Sarla Devi. She sang one of her own composition, Otito Gauraba Bahini Mambani, Gao Aji Hindustan, in which she linked together different provinces and the creed and the watchwords of the various religions to instill the spirit of unity and patriotism. Next slide. This is a profile of Sarla Devi. She was a fierce freedom fighter. And she was a pioneer in many, many different ways. And she has also written a number of patriotic songs. And she laid the foundation for the revolution movement, which emerged in early 20th century in Bengal. Next slide, please.
There's a video.
Okay.
Now sing your poem.
Okay. So, do we proceed further?
No, I think they finished it. Can you make your poem now?
Okay. The song that I'm going to recite was first sung 121 years ago by Sarla Devi Ghoshal, who was commissioned to compose a song for the opening of 1901 session of Calcutta Indian National Congress. The song contains chorus in which 400 volunteers from Hindu, Parsi, Jain, Christian, Sikh, and Muslim communities chanted their watchwords. So when she calls out a particular community, say for example, Sikh, all 50 or 66 volunteers will chant their watchword, Alakh Niranjan.
Okay,
So
sing it now. Sing it. We
Yeah.
don't have time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And this one is in Bangla language. Atito Gaurav Vahini. Atito Gaurav Vahini Mama Bani Gaho Aji Hindustan Mahasabha Unmadini Mama Bani Gaho Aji Hindustan Kara Vikrama Vibhava Yasha Saurava Purita Sei Namagan Banga Bihar Ajodhya Utkal Mandraj Marath Gurjar Punjab Rajputan Hindu Parsi Jain Isai Sikh Musalman Gao Sakal Kanthe Sakal Bhashe Namo Hindustan. So at this point, Hindu Gayakgan will say Har 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 Jai Hindustan. Parsi Tadar Hormazad Hindustan. Musalman Allahu Akbar Hindustan. Sakal means everybody. Namo Hindustan. Ripu Vinashini Mamavani Gaho Aji Aikil Khan Mahabal Vidhavini Mamavani Gaho Aji Aikal Gan Milao Dukhe Sokhe Riksakhe Yakshe Kaya Mana Pran Bank Bihar Ajodhya Utkal Mandraj Marath Gurjar Punjab Rajputan Hindu Parsi Jain Isai Sikh Musalman Gao Sakal Kante Sakal Vashe Namo Hindustan. Hindu Hari 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 Jai Hindustan. Isai Jai Jehovah Hindustan. Musalman Allahu Akbar. Sakal Namo Hindustan. Sakal Jan Utsahini Mamavani Gaho Aji Nutantan Mahajati Sangatini Mamavani Gaho Aji Nutantan Uthao Karma Nishan Dharma Vishan Bajao Chetao Pran Banga Bihar Ajodhya Utkal Mandraj Marath Gurjar Punjab Rajputan Hindu Parsi Jain Isai Sikh Musalman Gao Sakal Kanthe Sakal Vashe Namo Hindustan. Hindu Jain Jai Jai Brahman Hindustan. Sikh Alakh Niranjan Hindustan. Parsi Tadar Hormazad Hindustan. Musalman Allahu Akbar Hindustan. Sakal Namo Hindustan by Sarla Devi. Okay, now I will read the English translation.
Okay.
Okay. And one of the words in this is muse, M-U-S-E. And I didn't know what it was. I found out it is a goddess devoted to art and literature. It's also known as the goddess of poets. So this is how it goes. Sing, O my muse, recall our ancient glory. Sing thou, sing Hindustan, inspire this throng with soul-bestirring story. Sing now, sing Hindustan. Let Verol bright breathe in the very name, instill into thy song past wealth and fame, Bengal, Madras, Bombay, and Rajasthan, Hindu, Parsi, Sikh, Christian, Musliman, let every voice in concord ring, in every tongue the burden sing, all hail to Hindustan, Har Har Har, hail Hindustan, Dadar Hormuz Hindustan, Allahu Akbar Hindustan, all hail to Hindustan. Sing, O my muse, defeat all party strife, sing thou, sing Hindustan, giver of strength and power, giver of life, sing now, sing Hindustan, in joy and sorrow, let us not be parted, in aim and effort, make us single-hearted. Sing, O my muse, arouse the people's heart, sing thou, sing Hindustan, maker of mighty nation that thou art, sing now, sing Hindustan, uplift the flag of energy on high, and let stem unity sound her bugle cry. Sarla Devi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll kind of make claps at the end with a lot of people. Next one is Professor Bashant Machwe. Bashant Saab is retired from India and he's here. His uncle was a very famous poet in India, who is deceased now. And Basantji writes in Hindi, so let him take over. Please mute yourself. Somebody's, all people mute. We'll clap at the end.
Thank you, Mishra ji, for introducing me, because my uncle, Prabhakar Machwe, had about 131 articles to his credit, and he was on a very good post. But I would like to tell that he has written 101 articles which were very substantial. Now I will talk about me, though I am a man of applied physics and was a professor in engineering college, but I feel proud when I find that 3 of my students have become vice chancellor, 5 of them they are directors in engineering college, and the most honor I got through one of my students, which is called Kailash Satyarthi. He has received the Nobel Prize of Peace. He was a student of electrical engineering, and he came in 1970 to the college, and in that college he started a program, and that program was just to say that...
No, the music though. No. I think, see, we are not, again, I must tell you with apology, we are men.
Yeah.
That's all we are. We don't have any other important association.
I like it, but so because I am
go as a human being on the planet and sing your song as a human being.
Yeah.
Anything
so
that required money, fame, teaching, positions, doesn't matter.
No, sir, I refer because I am going to follow his international program of child development. Yeah, I am reading my poem. It is in Hindi, and the title is Swatantrata Ka Anarth. It starts like this. Anarth means opposite sense. हो सकता है मैं गलत हूँ और घर में ही बैठकर अपनों से ही बात करने वाली मोबाइल पर नई पीढ़ी सही हो और सजग हो, तो स्वतंत्रता के मतलब को नई पीढ़ी फ्रीडम मान बैठी, मन माफिक संबंध और युवा बुजुर्गों से हाथ धो बैठी। यह अच्छा हुआ या बुरा मैं अधिकारी नहीं निर्णय लेने का, पर हाँ जरूर पूछता हूँ उनसे जन्मदाता का क्यों रोता पसीना। वह स्वतंत्र है सब कुछ करने को, कहने को, मेरी बूढ़ी अकल पिट गई उनको अचानक संभालने को। बीड़ी गांजा अफीम और कई शत्रु धर्म दान भगवान उनके लिए देखते मात्र, राखी बंधन छोड़ फ्रेंडशिप द्वारा प्राप्त। नेक्स्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, हॉली बॉली टॉलीवुड मीन्स हॉलीवुड बॉलीवुड टॉलीवुड, हॉली बॉली टॉलीवुड आनंद और आकर्षण के सुर, बीमारियां दस्तक देती क्लब जीवन पर, डॉक्टर ढूंढ न पाते दवा और मंजन, हमदर्द हितैषी और उत्थान के कायल, टेरेसा मलाला सत्यार्थी थक गए, दूत मुहे बालिका और बालक को आगे लाने पर चून रेंगती इन भ्रष्ट कानों पर। स्वतंत्रता जब कर जाती सीमा लांग, चारों दिशाओं में दिखता अंधकार, यह अकवि अचानक याचक बनकर कहना चाहता, मान लो बड़ों की सीख कर लो इजहार, जीवन नैया ठीक से तभी हो पाएगी पार। धन्यवाद।
Well done. So you have a translation?
I think it was understood by those who are listening it. I'm not translating it.
So just to make a little interpretation for people who are not in Hindi.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that there is an international, there should be an international agitation to save the life of children and guide them and give them better character instead of letting them be wailed. And because I have seen many people like Teresa and Malala and Satyarthi who are contributing to all the countries to take the children and take them on a good path. So my poet refers to that only. Thank you.
Devilal.
Namaste. I think I'm audible.
Yes.
I teach communication at a university in Odisha, that is a state in India. And I have a poem that is the Feel of Freedom. And before I start, I express my sincere regards and gratitude to everyone associated with this wonderful South Asian folk literature and oral poetry festival. And I'm immensely thankful to my dear brother, Professor Vijay Misraji, for whom I am here, I must say. So before I start the poem, here is a small context of this poem, that freedom is always a positive phenomenon, and no culture can ever grow without freedom. And more importantly, freedom and life share a reciprocal relationship. That is to say, to be free is to be free from all our inner frailties that belittle our values. And when it comes to culture, culture is never complete without values. So freedom, for that matter, must enhance the core values towards a larger cultural impression. So now we will come to the poem, that is the Feel of the Freedom. In freedom lies the essence of life. In freedom lies the essence of life, beyond the shadow of all sordid strife. Life thrives on freedom. Freedom grows with life, both making each other meaningfully right. Freedom has no form. Freedom has no form. It's all nature, a sense of purity in the dreams that matter. Freedom consists in the inner positive being. Freedom consists in the inner positive being that lets the heart dance and urges the soul to sing with the ever mystic vibrations of life. You are the master of your own freedom. You are the master of your own freedom. None can take it away. Neither can it cause any havoc. since it lives within as a conscientious force of the consciousness. Freedom can be felt by being aware of the self. Freedom can be felt by being aware of the self and the prodigal immortality in its ever deeper depth. In its ever deeper depth. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you. See, Devilal teaches in the university where I went to school, like Ravenshaw University. That's where I met him. And I'm grateful that he is joining. He teaches mass communications. Also, I did not mention that what we are trying to relate is human freedom. Freedom as a concept, freedom from hunger, freedom from bondage, freedom from stress, freedom from oppression, freedom from foreign rule, freedom. So variously people would interpret it. I just want to say that, and he's had this. So now we have this from the male domination, we go to a female poet, Dr. Gupta from also Odisha, and she has been a friend to me for the last few months, has been attending our Sapme meetings. So this time she volunteered to present a poem. So please welcome Dr. Shakuntala Gupta. She teaches management or something in an Orissa college. Shakuntala.
Yes, sir. Namaskar to all. Myself Shakuntala, and let's talk about the Sambalpuri culture, art and culture, and folk culture. So next slide, please. And this is the background is a art form from this folk culture. So let's see from where it's belong. Next slide, please. From India, the state is Odisha, and particularly the south. It is not exactly into the south or west. It is at the middle, and you can see a triangular shaped state, and the western part of it is as shown in the map. It is Sambalpuri culture. Some people say it coastly culture also. And let's see what today I am going to present is one form of folk song, that is Holliya song. And let me introduce about this Sambalpuri culture. This is a primitive culture, and the indigenous people, they still live in this land, and this is famous for their music, weaving art, and also literature, and all of these are living today also. So this is, so I would like to present a small video on it. So let me summarize it. The folk culture basically is an amalgamation of its music and art. And in music, the temple music is Dulduli, Bharni, Solo Bharni, and all festive songs are like Dalkai and other forms. They include the dance. And but to represent the people, there are other folk songs, like one of them is Holliya song, and you can see the picture of the Padma Shri poet Haldar Nag. So he also sung a poem, that is Holia song. Holia song is now come to this point about this poem. This about farmer song. It is a farmer song. Let's come to the slides where I have written about it.
No, the no more slides.
Okay, no more slides. So let me explain it. The Holia song belongs to, actually it's a people song. It is sung by farmer of this land. He can sing it to himself when he is alone. He can sing it to his bulls if he is alone. He can sing it to his co-workers, or it can be of nature of devotional song. If it belongs to Ramayana and Radha Krishna description, it can be about satire and witty portions about how the money lenders treat them, how the system is treating the farmers. So they can, the tone of the this folk poem type is, it's a masculine type, but there is a sense of teasing where they can address their beloved and anybody. So let's let me sing about. It is a Sambalpuri song. So let me sing it. Here it goes. Loye paha de buadi re surubali. Loye paha de buadi belo jau poche godi. Belo jau poche godi mudane aar saat khodi re surubali. थीर पनि ढोला खुसाने जीवाली हिटे थीर पनि ढोला खुसाने जीवाली हिटे बटे छेते काठुरा बे बटे छेते काठुरा बे ओडी छे चड़के जे हिटी रे सुरुपाली लय पाहा दे बुआड़ी हुर खुशी ओटाने आनी बुपुर गाझुरी खुशी हटाने आनी बुपुर का झुरी पाटे पिपेले कुआर बसा पाटे पिपेले कुआर बसा कान सहेते नेबा कान सहेते झकला नेबा झ्यापिरी रे सुरुवाली लय पाहाडे बुआडी हुर तो सुरु सुरु होला पतर सुरु सुरु होला पतर सलखे ढापिबु पनत करिब तर सलखे ढापिबु पनत करिब तर बाटे राहु उपुला राहु बाटे साहु उपुला राहु टाकी छे मागी बाजे कोतर रे सुरुवाली लय पाहा दे बुआड़ी तु गाउछे हलिया गीत मुई पेटर फांदे सभे पुढ़ बलद पेटर फांदे सभे पुढ़ बलद कथा नाई धरबई पारे संगात गाउछे हलिया गीत So this one was composed by me, keeping the essence of the Holia song, and this form, this is a wide range of emotions actually this poem contains, but this one was a witty satire, which means the title was Be Careful with Your Steps, and it was addressed to his beloved Surubali, the lady's name. Be careful with your steps on the edges of farming fields. This was the repeating lines. Let the time flow a bit more than usual at the near the small pot. Hurtutu. Hurtutu is this is a sound for bulls to operate. Rice water may fall on your tilted hair dough. While bringing the food, the rice water may fall onto your tilted hair dough. A slippery frog lying flat, struck by lightning on your way to field. Please bring the leaf roasted fish fry. For eating purpose, please bring the leaf roasted fish fry hiding at your waistline. Why? The crow may snatch your earring along with your ear. Okay. So this is a irony, this is a satire. It made a nest on the people tree on your way to field. The leaves of amla are too tiny. The leaves of amla are too tiny. Clad yourself well. Clad yourself well with your sari aanchal. The money lender is eyeing on you. The money lender is eyeing on you to ask interest like Rahu on your way to field. I am singing my farmer song here. I'm singing my farmer song here. Hunger make us toil like cattle. The hunger make us toil like cattle. I urge you not to mind my words. I'm singing farmer song. Surubale, Surubale, be careful with your steps on the edges of farming fields. Thank you very much.
All right, good job. All right,
Very good, very good, very good.
Thank you.
okay. Carry on, move on. Jayant Bhai has been here for a long time. Actually, he's the oldest amongst us now, could be, unless Basant Bhai is. So Jayant Bhai is from Gujarat, and he's prepared a poem from poet Umashankar Joshi. Jayant Bhai, take over. Next slide. Is Jayant Bhai on? Yeah. What happened? Where did he go?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so I've been in New Hampshire for many years, in Merrimack, New Hampshire, but also my original language is from Gujarat. I was born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Doesn't show on the slide, but one Gujarat is famous for, it has the longest 9-day dancing festival in the world. That's called Navratri. There's 9 days. But other than that, Gujarat, naturally, it's about quite a few sites you can see in Gujarat in my map. It's close to Kutch border, Pakistan, good size of ocean around it. Also, it has Lothal is one of the world's first seaport. There are a lot of coastal cities. Also, it was a main trading center for Gupta dynasty and Saka dynasty. They were all originally, all this port, they had used it for their probably, business and right. Other than that, along with Bihar or Mizoram or Nagaland, Gujarat is one of the 4 Indian states to prohibit the sale of alcohol. And other thing, it's famous also for the Gir Forest National Park in Gujarat, which is the home of only wild population of the Asiatic lion in the world. I think we can go to the next slide. Yeah, and this shows the different part of India. One of the things is the Gandhi Ashram, the Gandhiji's movement of independence, that he had his ashrama in Ahmedabad, right on the bank of Sabarmati. That shows a statue. This is the dance festival. This is the new addition in Gujarat. It's one of the tallest statue of Sardar Patel on River Narmada. It has become a big site for all the visitors and tourism. It has brought a lot of tourism there, and it's a very nice site to see with around the park and everything. Famous for naturally Dwarka and the Somnath temple. So these are just a few things, and also has the desert run of Kutch. other than that, I think we can go to the next slide.
We know the slide. You sing the song.
Yes, right. So that probably would be my poem. And this is my poem is written by Umashankar Joshi. Umashankar, just let me write it. Yes. Umashankar Joshi is the 20th century poet born in like 1912, Vice Chancellor of Gujarat University, and very active in the independence movement. But also he brought a lot of modern poetry, one of the pioneer from breaking the tradition from the old 19th century. And Umashankar, he was also scholar of Sanskrit. I read his translation of Kalidas Shakuntal. And the way he had translated in Gujarati, it looks like Kalidas might have translated in Sanskrit from him. It's that authentic and so good. Other than
Sing your
that,
poem.
yes,
Sing your
I'll
poem.
go back to the poem here. The title of the poem is called Bhomya Vina. Bhomya is, that means the guide. It addresses the nature, but we and the nature, the human, if we are, the nature is always part of us. But if we really blend into the nature, and then we can see the mountains like we have in our life, we have to climb a lot of mountains, or we also go through a small little river or a huge ocean of motion in our life, or nice greenery, and sometimes we go through the drought. So the poet here, he says that I want to visit all those things, but I don't want any guide. I want to be free to make my own pleasure out of it. I want to understand them. I want to touch them. I want to touch the big lakes or a little bird. And I want to see those caves and nice walkways. So I want to hike in that. So it says, Bhomiya Vina Mare Bambavata Dungra. Bhomiya Vina Mare Bambavata Dungra. Jangalni Kunj Kunj Jovi Hati. Joviti Kotaro Ne Joviti Kandara. Rota Janani Aankh Lovi Hati. Bhomiya Vina Mare Bambavata Dungra. Suna Sarvari Yani Soneli Pale. હંસોની હાર મારે ગણવી હતી. ડાળે ઝુલંત કોકિલાને માળે અંતરની વેદના વણવી હતી. ભૂમિયા વિના મારે ભંભાતા ડુંગરા. એકલા આકાશ તળે ઊભીને એકલો પડઘા ઓર બોલના ઝીલવા ગયો. એકલા આકાશ તળે ઊભીને એકલો પડઘા ઉર બોલના ઝીલવા ગયો. વેરાયા બોલ મારા ફેલાયા આભમાં એકલો અટુલો ઝાંખો પડ્યો. ભૂમિયા વિના મારે ભંભાતા ડુંગરા. આખો અવતાર મારે ભંભાતા ડુંગરિયા. જંગલની કુંજ કુંજ જોવી ફરી. આખો અવતાર મારે ભંભવા ડુંગરિયા. જંગલની કુંજ કુંજ જોવી ફરી. ભૂમિયા ભૂલે એવી ભંભીરે કંદરા. ભૂમિયા ભૂલે એવી ભંભીરે કંદરા. અંતરની આંખડી લોવી જરી. ભૂમિયા વિના મારે ભંભાતા ડુંગરા. So that's the poem. I can translate in English here now, probably. Yeah. This is called Without a Guide. Bomia, guide is a bomia, without a guide. Without the guide, I wish to wander in the mountains, all the lanes, and by the lanes of the forest, see valleys and caves, and wipe tears of the weeping stream. To count the lines of the swans on the golden bank of a lonely lake, to weave agonies of my heart, to weave agonies of my heart around the nest of a cuckoo swinging on a branch. Without a guide, I wish to wander the mountains. Standing alone under the solitary sky, tried to catch the echo of my heart. All my words scattered and diffused in the sky, and I faded away slightly. I faded away singly. Without the guide, I wish to wander the mountains. Want to wander into the hills all my life. Want to wander into the hills all my life, to see the forest avenues again and again. Check the caverns where even guides get lost. Check the caverns where even guides get lost, and wish to wipe out the tears of my bosom. Without the guide, I wished to wander the mountains. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I think we'll kind of applaud for all people. Everybody doing so nice, so great. I think very blissful. Our next one is Sajid Kamal. Sajid, my friend. Sajid has been with Sapne ever since we began. The next year, Sajid was a poet, and has been a friend, mentor, brother, I think well-wisher for India Discovery Center. And with all that, I think, and also he's the inspiration for this folk poetry. He translates poetry. Please mute yourself if anyone. So, so he does, and so that is Professor Sajid Kamal from here. I think, I don't know if they're locally here or he's in California. But
here in Boston.
In Boston. Okay, take over.
Thank you, Vijay. It's been both a pleasure and honor, and all that you said about me, I could just turn it around and change the name. So thank you, Vijay, for being such a friend, close friends, and colleague in so many over so many years. So thank you. What I'm going to share with you is a song poem by Madan Baul, and the title is "The Path to You is Blocked by Temples and Mosques." Just to put it in a context, a historical context, cultural context, I think we all of people who are here, probably all of us know that Bauls are a community of wandering singers, poets, musicians, bards, minstrels, mendicants who have adorned villages and cities of streets of Bengal, both East Bengal and West Bengal, and today, to a degree, Tripura and Assam for centuries. Some are ascetics and some the family lives. Long flourishing as an oral tradition, the language is Bangla. Now, as we know, as many with many folk traditions, though popular among common folk or common people, Baus, with meaning ascribed to them as madcaps and restless, did not always have the due acknowledgement among the established hierarchical, even snobbish sociocultural order. Thanks to the initiative of Rabindranath Tagore, who acknowledged being influenced by Baul songs, thoughts, and philosophy, and who in turn promoted and patronized celebration and documentation of Baul songs, which led to the establishment of Baul literature as a significant dimension of the rich and widely diverse Bengali literary and cultural tradition. Tagore even created a Baul character and himself acted in it, The dance drama was called Falguni. Tagore's nephew and painter Abanindranath Tagore painted him in that role, immortalizing him as Dancing Tagore as Baul Rabindranath. Recognition of Baul spread when in 2005, UNESCO included the Baul genre of songs of Bangladesh in the list of masterpieces of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Okay. Several themes run through Baul songs: self-knowledge, mystical search for and devotion to the creator, which is the formless, Moner Manush, man of the heart or man in the heart, body-mind mystery, inner freedom, spirit-body unity, non-hierarchical and egalitarian existence, human nature connection, quest for the ultimate knowledge. Many of their songs poems are characterized by a radical unorthodoxy and striving for a spiritual unity and inner freedom. Evolving as a non-sectarian blend of Sufism in Islam and Vaishnavism in Hindu tradition, their roots are traceable to the Charjapads, the Buddhist mystical songs composed between 950 AD and 1150 AD, considered the earliest specimens of Bengali literature available to this, which sought spiritual liberation through Sahaja or Sahaj path, simple path. Here's just a short excerpt from one of the poems that I translated by Kanupada. Perceptions of the mind are deceptive. The scriptures, the puthis, the rosary beads. Tell me how it can be explained in the Sahaja way, which does not enter into the body, speech, or mind. Now, the most well-known Baul is Lalon Shah, who lived between 1774 and 1890. Among other Bauls is Madan, who is assumed to have lived during the latter part of the 19th century. I couldn't find an image or a photograph of Madan Baul, so I've chosen an oil painting, folk singer, by Tirthankar Biswas, contemporary artist born in 1957 in Noihati, West Bengal, to add a visual dimension to Madan Baul's song poems. I will read a song poem by Madan Baul, first in original Bangla, then my own translation into English. The original is untitled. I have used the first line as the title of this reading. Composed over a century ago, the song poem's critical relevance to our time, characterized by divisions, hostility, and religious fanaticism, cannot be exaggerated. Its message is both fresh and urgent. So there's the Bangla song poem. তোমার পথ ঢাকা আছে মন্দিরে মসজিদে ও তোর ডাক শুনি সাই চলতে না পাই আমায় রুখে দাঁড়ায় গুরুতে মুর্শিদে দুব্বা যাতে অঙ্গ জুড়ায় তাতেই যদি জগৎ পুরায় বলতো গুরু কোথায় দাঁড়ায় তোমার অভেদ সাধন মূল্য ভেদে তোর দুয়ারে নানান তালা পুরাণ কোরআন তসবিমালা ভেদ পথিত প্রধান জ্বালা কান্দা মদন মরে খেদে. So this is my translation. The path to you is blocked by temples and mosques. I hear your call, O Lord, yet I cannot come. Gurus and preceptors block my way. If that which cools the body also sets the world afire, tell me, my Lord, where should I stand? My devotion to unity is dying of divisions. All kinds of locks hang on your door. The Puranas, the Quran, the rosary beads. The most anguishing is this path of divisions. Madan cries to death in regret. Thank you.
Death in regret. All right.
Good.
Continue. Next is Ninaji. Ninaji is a teacher. She has been here for a long time. And she is an activist of many different causes. And today she would be done in Punjab. Okay, Ninaji.
Hello. So I'm a retired teacher, poet, and a painter. So I'm gonna talk about Punjab. Punjab is nurtured by 5 rivers. So that makes the people so happy that they are recognized by their bhangra, and girls do gidda. So they enjoy with dance, all the festivals they enjoy with dance and music and the food, rich food. So And the title of my poem is, I'm gonna read it, try to sing it. I'm not a singer, but it's in Punjabi. I'll sing it, then I will do the translation afterwards. So it's Azadi Da Jashan.
Do you have a short video also? I think.
Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, so this is my poem. आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा के आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा के मना ले आजादी दा जशन नचदे रांझे टपदियां हीरा आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा नए नए माल खोल के नचदे नेता टैक्स दे बोझ विच रोंदी पिसदी जनता ते कि मैं झूठ बोलिया बई कोई ना ओ बल्ले बल्ले ओ शावा शावा आजा नच ले तपाले पंगड़ा नचदी सरकार खरीद के किसान दी खड़ी फसल रोंदा कलपदा किसान जिदे खेत खलिहान सरकार ने लुट लिंदे ने कित कि मैं झूठ बोलिया बई कोई ना ते कि मैं झूठ बोलिया बई कोई ना आजा नच ले इंसाफ दे गुहार लगांदी जनता वकील जो काला कोट पाके बैठा तरीक देंदा अपनी जेबा पढ़दा जांदा इंसाफ की करेगा 75 साल दी आजादी दे बाद भी काला कोट पाके काला पन नहीं निकलिया ते किस कम दी आजादी ते कि मैं झूठ बोलिया बई कोई ना ते कि मैं झूठ बोलिया बई कोई ना आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा मना ले आजादी दा जशन आसे देखा पासे देखा रोते बिलख दे लोग आसे देखा पासे देखा रोंदे बिलख दे लोग कदी काला रोंदा कदी काला पिसदा गोरा मौज मनांदा दो रोटी नू तरसदा पिंड ऐसा माहौल होवे ते किदे मनावे आजादी दा एक बूंद जो आजादी दे अमृत महोत्सव के दिन आजादी दी एक बूंद जो मिले भुखे दे भूख मिटावे ते मैं भी मनावा आजादी आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा मना ले आजादी दा अमृत महोत्सव आजा नच ले ते पाले पंगड़ा. So this is English translation. Let's dance and do bhangra, celebrate freedom. Ranja are dancing, Heras are jumping with joy. Netaji is dancing too after opening new malls. When public is crushed under the weight of taxes. So, am I lying? Government is dancing after buying ready harvest from the farmers, and farmers are crying, losing their lands. They are not paid well. So, am I lying? Public is crying for help, and the lawyers are wearing black coats and giving them dates after dates instead of giving them justice. So after 75 years of freedom, the blackness of their coat has not gone. It's still there, which was given by the Britishers. So they're still wearing the same black coat that we got it from Britishers. So how we can say it's a celebration of Azadi? Is it, am I lying? So if the government is celebrating Amrit Mahotsav for Azadi, I wish that the poor can get one drop of Amrit from the government, and then I will also celebrate Azadi Mahotsav with great joy and happiness. Thank you so much.
People who may not for night or Jamuna or something, it's like this happened to be the 75th year of India's independence. So what he told about the independence is not complete. People are still hungry, a lot of protests. So where is independence? So our next poet is Shangita Prasad. Shangita has taken more interest in Sapne lately, and she's leading us to various organizations and also part of the organizing this particular event. And so she will also be helping us in finding funding and so on, which she's trying. So let us welcome Sangita Prasad from Bihar state in India.
Thank you, Mr. Ajit. Thank you very much. I am going to present a traditional genre of folk poetry from the region I come from, which is called Kajri. Can we get to the next slide? Thank you. And my Kajri is titled Kaise Khele Jayu Savan Mein Kajariya. I think, as is very obvious from this, Kajri is all about the monsoon. It is sung in the months of Savan and Bhado, which are the monsoon months across a large part of India. It is always sung typically in the monsoon season. I think for all the Indians who are here, we all know that monsoon is inextricably linked with the culture of India. No matter which part of India we come in, the monsoon is linked with the culture. There are special songs, special festivals around the monsoon. Traditionally, it has inspired poets, playwrights. Some of our most famous ancient manuscripts bring out the monsoon. And the Kajri is specially sung in the Bhojpuri area from where I come from during the monsoon season. This particular Kajri also is a special Kajri because it's not a single person's Kajri, but it features what is called in Bhojpuri Bhaujai Nanad Samvad, which is really the dialogue between sisters-in-law. And as everybody on this, I'm assuming everybody knows, Bhauji is basically Bhojpuri for Bhabhi. And Nanad, everybody knows. So Nanad is your husband's sister, and Bhabhi is your brother's wife. And this is a relationship that in India is characterized by a lot of companionship and friendship, but also by a lot of antagonism, and a lot of songs in Bhojpuri bring out this Nanad Bhabhi dialogue. So for me, this Kajri captures both the beauty of monsoon. The word Kajri itself is supposed to have come with a reference to Kajal, because they say it reflects the Kajal that smears the clouds of monsoon. This slide basically shows us where is Bhojpur. Bhojpur is actually a composite area. It comprises what is called Purvanchal in UP, or the eastern part of UP. So Banaras, Ghazipur, Mirzapur, and the western part of Bihar, which is the old jillas of Ara and Chhapra. Now there are a lot more things. So I put a little close-up showing the red area between Uttar Pradesh and Bihar that comprises Bhojpuri. Bhojpuri is also spoken in Nepal and certain adjoining areas of Madhya Pradesh. So it's a linguistic area as opposed to a state with the same language. Why did I pick this song? I think this song is basically, when I thought about the topic of freedom, I heard this song for the first time when my mother sang it in 1988. There was a big earthquake in Bihar, and we were doing a lot of fundraising. We had put together a cultural program, and my mother and a few of her friends sang this song, and it immediately resonated with me. I was a very young girl at that time, traveling in DTC buses, And there was always this problem of rowdies, eve teasing and things like that. And this kajri, despite being a kajri, captures that element and also shows the yearning of women for freedom to just do whatever they want, whether it is going to work, whether it is going for hanging out with your friends. This is a freedom that I see even in the US, women talk about. I need to be free to go whenever I want and wherever I want.
Sing the song. Sing the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Too much of an introduction.
All right. Okay.
Oh, there's a video. Okay.
Okay, so I just picked the song to show you how women are dressed and what is the kind of dance moves that are done during singing and dancing. So the song is basically कैसे खेले जैबो सावन में कजरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी कैसे खेले जैबो सावन में कजरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी तू तो जात हो अकेली कोई संग ना सहेली तू तो जात हो अकेली कोई संग ना सहेली गुंडा छेक ले है तो हरी डगरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी गुंडा छेक ली है तो हरी डगरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी. So the Nanad responds, भौजी बोले लू तू बोली हमरा लागे जैसे गोली भौजी बोले लू तू बोली हमरा लागे जैसे गोली हम तो खेले जाइब हीरे डगरिया बदरिया घिर आई भौजी हम तो खेले जाइब हीरे डगरिया बदरिया घिर आई भौजी. So the Bauji tries to make her understand. इकता बाड़ू तू सयान दूजे खैले बाड़ू पान इकता बाड़ू तू सयान दूजे खैले बाड़ू पान गुंडा छेक ली है तो हरी डगरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी. And then she puts some emotional background. She says, गंगा माई की कसम तो का जाइना देबे हम गंगा माई की कसम तो का जाइना देबे हम जब तू जाए लगबू छे कब दुवरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी जब तू जाए लगब छे बदुवरिया बदरिया घिर आई नदी. To which the Nanad responds, कितने डामर फांसी चढ़ गए कितने गोली खाई के मर गए कितने डामर फांसी चढ़ गए कितने गोली खाई के मर गए कितने पीसत हुई है जेल में चाकरिया बदरिया घिर आई भौजी हम तो खेले जाइब सावन में कजरिया बदरिया घिर आई भौजी. So that's the point.
Good. You have a translation?
Very good, very good.
Sure.
So
the translation is actually very simple. The sister-in-law, the Bhauji, says that, hey, there are dark clouds. I know you want to play Kajri, but how will you go to play Kajri? Because you're going all alone. You're not going with friends. There is no companion. Gunda is a rowdy person. Everybody in India knows. So what if some Gunda obstructs your path because the dark clouds are going in? It's not very safe. So the Nanad responds and says that, Bhauji, your words are piercing me like bullets. They're not words, they're bullets hitting me. I'm going to go to play Kajri and I'm going to go along this very path no matter what you say. To which the Bhauji then starts, the grown-up thing. Hey, you're all grown up. Your lips are stained with pan, which is basically a cosmetic sort of a thing. Instead of lipstick in those days, people used to eat pan to make their lips all red. What happens if some rowdy person comes and then she sees that this girl is not listening? So she uses emotional blackmail. She says, I swear Ganga is very important in the area. I swear on the holy river Ganga. If you try to push and go, I'm going to stand and just block the door and not let you go. It's that important to me. To which the girl says that, you know what? I'm brave. A lot of people are in jail. A lot of people have been shot dead for doing things to women. I'm going to go. Don't stop. So that's basically the song.
Good, good poem. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, the comment I had was like every poem, as you see, I think probably people may explore more, has a tune in it. And the tune of people, why we sing with a particular tune, when, how, under what conditions, that has not been explored. Because the world thinks they compose music, but Indian people develop music. So all tunes that are possible, natural tunes, are there in South Asian spaces. So a task could be that we compile them, understand them. And then the joke is, we are kind of a group of us, we are doing like neurology, where we think how we think. So all the processes that we are saying today, apparently in its own primitive state, are same. And then it turns, takes modes, takes different shapes, forms, prosody. So that's the larger part of the humanity in the world. So next is my sister here, Shunanda Panda from Canada, and she comes from the same town I grew up, and she probably talks about the town herself. Sunanda, around?
Yes, namaskar. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, yes, we do.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, I am in our Independence Day, Indian Independence Day. We are celebrating, so I am outside this downtown of Toronto. So thank you, everyone. And I'm really proud where I grown up, my beloved city, Cuttack, where Mishra ji also, he's from there. So in that city, I'm really proud because in that city we are celebrating, the city is having freedom to celebrate all different kind of festivals. So many festivals we are celebrating with each other. No caste, no creed, nothing discrimination. So I'm just, can you show the next slide, please? Take the slide. Yeah. So it is in the, you can see that grade 1. So this is such a beautiful city near the river, Mahanadi and all. And we have Lord Jagannath Temple, really worldwide, we're famous for that. Okay, so next slide. Yeah, the Mahanadi River, and we are great Baravati at the fort. So it was the first capital of Odisha. So really everyone was proud. Today also we are proud for that. Next slide, please. We are like Devi, Ma Chandu, everyone is believe on her. And she is really give the protection to our city and everyone. And the temple, the river, we have stadium, and we have Edevansa University. The city is such a beautiful. So I think everyone needs to go visit that. Okay. So now I'm going to next slide, please. So now I'm going to my language, like this is Odia. I'm just going to talk about poem. Mo Sahara. Aha ki sundara ki manohara. Aha ki sundara ki manohara. Amo Kataka Sahara. ସିଏ ତ ଓଡ଼ିଶାର ଗର୍ବ ଗୌରବ। ନଗରର ଧାରେ ଧାରେ ବହେ ମହାନଦୀ, ନଗରର ଧାରେ ଧାରେ ବହେ ମହାନଦୀ, ଅନ୍ୟପଟେ ତାର ସବୁଜିମା କ୍ଷେତି। ଉପଦେଶେ ମହାଦେବ ବଡ଼ ବଢ଼ିଆ ଘାଟେ ବିରାଜିତ, ପଶ୍ଚିମ ଦ୍ୱାରେ ମା ଚଣ୍ଡୀ ଦେବୀ ଆବିର୍ଭୂତ। ସର୍ବଦା ସହାୟ ହୋଇଥାନ୍ତି ଆମ ଜନବାସୀଙ୍କର। ଆମ ସଂସ୍କୃତି ଅଟଇ ମହାନ, ବାର ମାସେ ତେର ଜାତ, ଜାତି ଧର୍ମର ଭେଦ ଭାବ ନାହିଁ, ଜାତି ଧର୍ମର ଭେଦ ଭାବ ନାହିଁ, ସଭିଏ ହୁଅନ୍ତି ଏକତ୍ର। ପରବ ପାଳନ୍ତି ସ୍ନେହ ବାଣ୍ଟନ୍ତି, ପରବ ପାଳନ୍ତି ସ୍ନେହ ବାଣ୍ଟନ୍ତି, ପରସ୍ପର ହୋଇ ସାହା, ବାର ବାଟି ଦୁର୍ଗ କାଠ ଯୋଡ଼ି ବନ୍ଧ, ଆଜି ବି ଝଲସି ଉଠୁଛି ବୀର ସୁର ଗାଥା, ସ୍ମରଣୀୟ ହୋଇ ଆମର ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧାରେ ରହିଛି। ଦଶହରା ଦୀପାବଳି, ରଜ ମଉଜ ହୋଲି, ରଙ୍ଗ ଆଲୋକର ସମ୍ଭାର, ବିନ୍ଦୁ ବିନ୍ଦୁ ହୋଇ ମନ ଉପବନେ ସ୍ମୃତିର ମନ୍ଧାର ଯାଏ। ସୁନ୍ଦର ମୋ ଜନ୍ମଭୂମି, ସୁନ୍ଦର ମୋ ଜନ୍ମଭୂମି, ପବିତ୍ର ମୋ ମାଟି ଓ ସଂସ୍କୃତି, ଶାନ୍ତ ସ୍ନିଗ୍ଧ ମୋ ନଈ କୂଳ, ସିନ୍ଦୁର ବର୍ଣ୍ଣର ଦିଶଏ ଧରଣୀ, ପୂଜି ବିମୁଚିର କାଳ। Translation. My city. Oh, how beautiful, how lovely our city of Cuttack. It's the glory of Odisha. The river Mahanadi flows along with one corner of the city. On the other side, in his green field, Lord Mahadev abodes at Gadgadiya Dhata in the east, Ma Katak Chandi on the west, always there to take care of the people. Our culture is great, 12 months and 13 festivals. There is no discrimination of caste and religion. Everyone comes together, celebrates the festivals together, sharing the love and affection, representing brotherhood. The citadel of Bharabati, the embankment of Kathajuri River, carries many heroic legends, will always remain as a pride memorial. The Sahara, Diwali, Raja and Holi, the voluptuousness of color and light, will always sing melodious notes in our memory. Beautiful my native land, divine my soul and culture, serene my riverside, the earth looks beautiful in vermilion. I'll worship my city forever. Thank you so much. Let's see which time I get.
Okay, thank you. I think
Thank
next
you.
time when you this thing, try to explore the folk culture of Cuttack if you can. There is kind of every street has its own culture, music. So try to explore as a part of this study and understanding, and you will enjoy it. Our next friend is our organizer himself, Amandip. So thank him for his work, for the slides. What we did was we tried to chop off some of the large number of slides people had sent to make them tractable, and then try to compact them. So Amandip did all that, and now he sings his own poem in Punjabi. Amandip Singh.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. And I'm from Punjab. As you can see, Punjab is the bread maker of India and a lot of colorful culture. So this slide representing Golden Temple, Jallianwala Bagh, where the 1919 massacre occurred by Britishers. These are the ladies getting water from the well of farmers. And this is ladies spinning the wheel to make yarn. And Punjabi folk song Thappe is very popular. Probably everyone heard it at some point. So it's mostly the celebration of birth, wedding, etc. So folk is a traditional 3 lines poem and presenting generally on the same tune. The first line may not be related to it, but it is presenting the context and the rhyming and to set the mood. Second, the third line depict the central idea of the verse. The tappe I wrote are about a wife missing and longing for her husband who has gone abroad. She hopes that he can come home soon as life is too short and ephemeral. So let me actually share a little video. I couldn't put it in the slide, but let me share you the video so that you can have some context.
दुल्हन की सहेलियां दुल्हन को शादी के गीत और टप्पे गाकर छेड़ती हैं, जो मेहंदी की रस्म होने के बाद अलग कमरे में चंद सहेलियों के साथ बिठा दी जाती है। इन गीतों के खूबसूरत बोल दुल्हन को अपने हमसफर के और करीब ले जाते हैं। चिट्टा कुकड़ बने रहते, चिट्टा कुकड़ बने रहते, हासनी दुपट्टे वाले मुंडा सदके तेरे ते, हासनी दुपट्टे वाले मुंडा सदके तेरे ते।
So now I'll present the tappe I wrote. It's on the same tune. कोयल बागां विच गांदी ए, कोयल बागां विच गांदी ए, छेती देनी आजा सोहणिया तेरी याद सतांदी ए, छेती देनी आजा सोहणिया तेरी याद सतांदी ए। समा इत्थे ही खलो जावे, समा इत्थे ही खलो जावे, ए पल ना बीतण ढोला साडाई हो जावे, ए पल ना बीतण ढोला साडाई हो जावे। कोई पानी उत्ते फुल तरदा, कोई पानी उत्ते फुल तरदा, माही परदेस गया साडा मिलने नू दिल करदा, माही परदेस गया साडा मिलने नू दिल करदा। पानी पंज दरियावां दे, पानी पंज दरियावां दे, पुत परदेस गए तन जिगरे मावां दे, पुत परदेस गए तन जिगरे मावां दे। नीले गगना दी था कोई ना, नीले गगना दी था कोई ना, पल विच मुक जानी इस जिंद दा वसा कोई ना, पल विच मुक जानी इस जिंद दा वसा कोई ना। So the translation of first tappe was, nightingale is singing in the garden. Please come soon, oh my love, I am longing for you. So second was, I wish time stops here and these moments do not pass. My beloved remains forever with me. There is a flower in the water. My beloved has gone abroad. I'm yearning for him. Waters of 5 rivers. Sons have gone abroad. Courage of mothers is admirable. Blue skies are infinite. Life will vanish in a moment. We cannot take it granted. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now I see our friend Bala here. Professor Bala, do you have a poem or just visiting? Unmute yourself.
I'm just visiting. I didn't have a poem. Thank you. Thank you, Vijay.
How are you doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing okay. Yeah.
And then also I see Rekhaji. Rekha Upadhyay, are you want to present or you are just visiting? She's not there. All right. Okay, so we're doing fine. Do you see the richness of it? The point is of course, there are very few though. We are what, 13 people, 12 now. But I see, just imagine if we bring the whole world together, how rich it would be. When we have, so the human beings, so we have to discover whether we are singers or we are speakers. The logic is when we speak, we do business. When we sing, we are into ourselves. And neurologically, we are what the birds are with the animals. We sing or we howl. We have to kind of explore all that. Say that what's our normal self? Given the normal self, I'll present a poet who tried to explore who we really are, what humanity is. Is humanity function of sharing? Can I do something for you? Or I live without you? Now, this thought came in the British India about 1870s. Apparently, this revolution, this kind of group evolved. The poet lived from 1850 to not too long, 45 years. But he became a part of a group who thought the British will never go. And there was famine in the country, drought, a lot of people dying. And then people were also, in spite of death, people would not share food because of this funny system of Indian caste, where people should not eat, share food. So that then he noticed, and he started a new group of thinking and philosophy that God doesn't live in the temples, God is void. And this poet, our friend I'm talking about, he joined that cult. It's a cult. But I want to celebrate this poet for his speaking of humanity. The man is free. And apparently the last line of this particular poem is inscribed in the United Nations. I've not gone and checked it. But so here is the Mahima. They're called Mahima. Mahima singers of Joronda. Joronda is a small village in Odisha. This is Odisha. And I had shown it here somewhere, but somehow it has gone out in the light making. And these are the typical people of this cult. They do not carry anything. They have a little umbrella for them made out of palm leaves. And they have from bark, they have a small dress to cover their nakedness. The logic was that they will live in a commune. But this poet, next slide, this poet who came called Bhima Bhoi, tribal. I first thought about him because of the tribal president of India now. But what tribals think, that's the idea. What we think. We as human beings, what we think, and what the tribals think. So that's what I wanted to share and celebrate. We think of our own survival. We think that if all people disappear, let me live. What he wrote, and I haven't examined how deep is thought in these people, that if I can help anyone to live, let my life be worthwhile. So there's a little video which I will share with Amanjit. Can you put the video in? Did not complete it. Yeah.
I think video is 2 minutes. It should continue for 2 minutes.
Okay, you can stop it. All right. So see, what I want to show was like this whole concept that we can be a commune, live with a teacher. So that became probably a different part of the country. And so let me sing you the poem. Why I see Bala on the screen now? Something's wrong here. Amandip, something is.
No, everything is fine. I can see you.
Okay, but I see Bala on my screen. Okay.
It was a little bit, I think, maybe only.
Okay, all right. Okay, fine. So this is a song that he wrote. I'm sorry that we're getting distracted. So this is for his teacher. So basically what we'll say is, oh teacher, I came with you and you can only do so much. Because teacher said that this distress, there's no food, people not giving them food because they're low caste. So they want to go away to some kind of farmland, operate. But again, they're having the starvation. So this poet is kind of telling the teacher, hey, look, you said that you will save us, but not able to save us. So let me offer myself. Let me take the burden. So let me read to you and you get the idea. I'll sing it. This is the 27th poem of a book called Stuti by this poet, Bhima Bhoi. So that's the tune as you saw this cymbals and the drums. So it goes with them. Bakhani Mohima Dhoni Kustapiva Sri Mukhore Agya Dele Dasapone Kini Ardhomate Ani Kimbaete Sari Kole Mukhore Agya Dele. He said that you asked us to follow you, and we're following you, but we're hungry. Nahi mo bharasa uduchi sahasa ki buddhi karibi kaha jagata sambhali bhagatanku pali tumbha bhag tumhe bahe ki buddhi karibi kaha. Tell me, what shall I do? I have no recourse. I have no food. I have no place to go. And I'm following you. And you seem to be unable. Jaga bhaga tanka dukha nirantar dekha lagilati padar binne bandhiya jogari agapata kari boithao nijo kandhe lagilati padar binne. So he's sympathizing to his teacher. That everybody is asking you. You have told them that you will rescue them, and you have all this headdress on your head, but is that headdress enough to carry sampatti, vipatti, mukati, durgati, धियान करिछ जोड़ी पाप दुख भार के तुम बहिब पाद तले थाउ पड़ी हे भियान करिछ जोड़ी. This is poetic. So there's all kinds of joy and sorrow and pleasure and pain and so on. And it's there. And we don't know what you contain. But people are with you to seek solace, shelter. Bije kariyacha, kimpana bujucha, polai pasivi kahin. Arji papa bharam, karibi pasara, pada tole devi thui ho. Polai pasivi kahin. So the teacher had said, I have manifested myself. I have come to help you. It's like a cult. And people have followed him. So he said that you said that you are manifested. So now, are we suffering because we are sinners? And who will take our sins? Sharano manchita, kandi kandi bhakta, gadi galeni sakala. Doso aparadha, khyama kari guru, jagratare prati palahe, gadi galeni sakala. So he sees the distress all around, and oh teacher, if you can, forgive them. He doesn't know what the teacher can do. The teacher had told them, this is something like Jesus Christ did. I'll take you to the promised land. So he takes them over to a different location. But this is the final line, which apparently has been inscribed in the Praninka aratam, dukha pramitam, dekhu dekhu keba shahu, mo jivana pachem narke padi thau, jagata uddhara heue. Dekhu dekhu keva shahu. So he then says that, look, if you don't have enough to take all around, you can drop me and let me be ground on which people can. So I translate in English for the sake of translation, for the fun of it. So I call it my prayer. Oh, my teacher, you asked me to put my faith in you. I am your ward. Please don't abandon me. I have my full trust in you. I'm losing hope. No confidence I have. Please tell me a way. You have to help out people. There is suffering. Please help lift the stress away. Thousands are our feet, oh my teacher. You observe their pain each day. You muscle it yourself. You try to lift as many you can. You do help your way. Food and famine, joy and sorrow, wealth and poverty, they live together in your creation. The distressed can only come to your feet. You are the only means of liberation. You have manifested yourself to save the world. Where else do I go? I must place all my stress at your feet. Where else do I throw? Look, the devotees are weeping. They're looking for shelter. Many are rolling on the ground. Please forgive them. Please accept them. Please lift them from the ground. The devotees are weeping. They're looking for shelter. Many are rolling on the ground. Please forgive them. Please accept them. Please lift them from the ground. How would you handle so much grief, oh my teacher? How would you handle so much grief, oh my teacher? How do you bear this enormous pain? How would you handle so much of grief, oh my teacher? How do you bear this enormous pain? Let me offer myself. Let me offer myself. Let me suffer in hell. Let me offer myself. Let me suffer in hell. Let the world be rescued from the pain. So this is Himagoi in 1890 in the British India, seeking for liberation and offering himself. Apparently he was a blind poet. The emotion you can see. Anyway, so thank you all for joining. So you can all unmute yourself and thank all poets who participated. And I don't know whether all people enjoyed as much I enjoyed. And Sakuntala, Bachanji, Jayant Bhai, Jamuna, Sangita ji, and Mahesh Bhai, and who else? Rekha ji is not here. Sajid, I don't know Sajid is called, Sajid Bhai, Balaji, Shakuntala, Amandeep, and Amit Khare. Amit is the one who kind of had taken all your videos and tried to cut it into small pieces. We'll do more. I think we'll spend little more time in people have any comments and so on. We can discuss a little bit about folk though. I think I objected occasionally when people talk about themselves. So, or what they represent. We don't represent anything in this context. We are part of the human race. What we're trying to explore is that we're all different, but what is that flowing in each of us? Is it? And that human beings discovered a long time ago. And the breeding ground of that was the South Asia. From here, so Bala want to say something. Yes, Balaji.
Thank you, Vijay.
Where are you in Florida or California? Boston?
No, I'm back here, but I'm not feeling that great. That's why I could
Are you in
early.
Boston?
Yes, I'm in Boston. I just came about 4 days ago. Okay. First of all, I wanted to congratulate you and thank you for organizing this. It is a great effort that you have been putting in, and I really admire you for the effort you put in. Okay. It is great. I appreciate that. I'm only sorry that I could not participate this time, though I wanted to, because I've been traveling and I was not in one place most of the time. That's one. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the topic of freedom. What's happening in this world now, if I look at, I'm a bit worried about the way things are moving, both in India and here, that people are going to be losing a lot of their freedom the way it is. And I wish I could have I would have had the time, I would have written a poem about that, because this is of great concern to me, though I'm in my Vanaprastha stage. And I don't know how long I have on this earth, but this is of great concern, not only for me, but for our descendants, how this country is going to move, what direction it's going to take. But again, once again, that's for not for here, but once again, I want to thank you, Vijay, for a great effort, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, I think. All right. Anybody else has any comment? Yes.
I would like to second Khare's statement. I'm happy that this was organized by Professor Mishra, William Mishra. I'm very thankful to you, and I want that such an encouragement should go to students also, and they should come forward and join us. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the poets.
Our effort is not really for us. I think Sajid knows this. I've discussed Bala also, in the sense when we are in a different country, different environment. So we have to understand: are we on business? Are we on culture? Are we on life? Our own operation and India's contribution to the world. So what we are trying to explore: poetry, lyricism, art, description of nature in life, somehow was discovered by an Indian farmer through a woman, probably. We have not really traced it because we don't care to trace it. But hopefully this new indigenous people coming up and so on, they might see, because we have no understanding where the syllables came from. We call Oa, Kaka, and so on. There is no discovery of them, where they come from. People say God threw them. No God throws anything. So that's the larger inquiry that we can engage into, hopefully. But anyway, so that's all propels me in this. And then again, opportunities like people like Amandi, people like Amit, people like Manish, Chandu is not here, Premji. So a lot of people support it. You can't believe the whole night over people have worked to make it happen. So thanks to them, they are real soldiers of this whole brigade. And Sakuntala come from India, like so like that. Devilal is not. All right. Anybody else has any comment?
I just want to say, is it okay to take a picture of everyone?
Please do.
Okay. So if you can
fine.
pose for the picture, I'm gonna capture my screen. There you go.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
So ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, yeah, bhai.
Right. We should have taken one.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
12 people. We have 15 in the, I don't know where. I think Knight probably left and somebody else might have left. Anyway, any other comment? Sangeeta ji, any comment from you or Jamuna?
I just learned a lot.
I think get the Knight into it, motivate him to participate.
I didn't explain, he had some family obligations, so he had to leave early.
That's
but
okay. That's okay.
He did make a comment that he absolutely loved it and learned so much. And I do want to say, even though we're in the 75th anniversary, the fact is there are so many places in the world that do not have freedom. And it meant so much for him to hear about that struggle for freedom and what it was represented in the poetry. So thank you. I really
we'll try to reach out as many people as we can and so on. Also, I'm grateful to you all to respectfully listen to each other, because that's sapne. We listen. You know what I mean? So that is where sometimes when I did interrupt people, when we speak about ourselves, we're not here to speak about ourselves. We see how people live. We have been lucky. I tell you, I myself have been extremely lucky. The very fact that I'm enjoying with you all. And another 2 hours, I'll be in a temple and they will be kind of celebrating my Sanskrit and Gita. It's a lucky thing. Many people don't have that privilege. Many people can't even go out. And that's what we relate to politically or intellectually. At the same time, women, Jamuna is a woman, right? What the freedom for a woman? How does she really declare, I'm free? What is that? So the question is, because men want to occupy women. So now they have taken away all kinds of ways. Men are deciding what women may do or may not do. And this has been probably all over the world, India inclusive. Anyway, so thank you, Jamna, for helping us out. And I tell you that I think we're a small block of people, but keep the spirit, reach out, be human beings. We are not really professors or engineers or big men or this thing. We are just grassroots human beings and relate to other grassroots human beings in Greece, Japan. See, people are dying in Ukraine, in Russia. Somebody's daughter died yesterday. She didn't do anything wrong. His father was a politician. Right? And she dies. Okay, all right. Sajid, do you want any final comment?
I have just one comment.
Okay, wait, please do.
Yeah, Jayant Dave.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, we know what we have learned.
Right.
We know what we have read, and we know what we have experienced. But there is something outside of this we did not touch. Session like this, we learned a lot.
Thank you.
And I think that gives me some, the details and the presentation and about different state or the region. It was just a great experience.
Yeah, but you have to all become a teachers also, in the sense that we kind of we learn, and then we say that this is what probably we can communicate, because the whole world wants to know. See, we are ignorant. The world is more ignorant. So we have to go out to the world on our own street. Hey, look, human beings, you have your own cult or your own fashions or your own lunch and this thing, but the human beings around you, and you are a human being too. You know what I mean? So as poets, so that's what the poets have done in the past. So we as poets, we should also do that now, that teach humanity the basics. There are a lot of young arrogance comes in, but anyway. So any other comment?
Thank you, Bijoy. I think that what you said is very important. Very important. That one of the, we call it responsibility or caring for the world we have is to share us, not impose us. So share us with the world, and I think that to me, really, that is what I see as one of the meanings of India Discovery Center is the discovering ourselves, and at the same time, it's discovering ourselves and discovering others are not contradiction to each other, in the sense that I'm just recalling very quickly, almost 50 years ago, I translated a Baul song, and it's called Baul Rup Chand. It says, self, go hold up that self. In that self, you'll see the brightness of 10 million moons.
Oh.
See? So this is where I think that when we discover ourselves, we discover others. And when we discover others, we are connected to them. And when we're connected to them, we don't have to teach them. We teach them by intention. We teach them by being who we are. And by who we are, we discover the others as part of us. And that is, to me, is really what we are all about. And I appreciate Bijoy and all of you. Really, that's what we're involved in our small ways. But in small ways, every big journey starts with a small step, right? The ocean is made of little drops. So I think that's so. Thank you all, and it's always a pleasure and honor.
It's not really small though, because people may love to join, but the world is in stress.
Right.
Many people may be working today to really make a living. So it's not that people do not have the heart or something, passion or intellect. The world has not been kind to people. So we have kind of extracted little time out of our own schedule to be together. And then we have to be also keep that kindness in us as we walk out.
Right.
That many people are not so privileged, and then share a hand, give you this thing. And
Vishwaji, I would like to say only 4 lines in this respect, what we are doing. This is
I'll come back to you. Let me go through. Mahendra Bhai, you have to say something?
No, not really.
Okay, all right. I think Amit will kind of Amit did cut the videos and so on, and has been observing us for all these 2 hours, but he patiently. Amit, do you think your labor is worthwhile for what we did today?
Thank you so much, Mr. Aji, for giving me this opportunity to tell something. I think the motive is really good. We are creating educational material, and this was first experience. I think second experience, but still, because of the technical glitches, if your videos did not play for the full 2 minutes, please accept my apology, and we'll improve next time. Thank you.
Well, you did pretty well. I think the video do not have to be 2 minutes. We just want to give a jhalak, some kind of glimpse. Okay, all right. Who else? Oh, Sakuntala, our friend from India. How did you handle this? She was a little timid. She said that I put her in the first because she's a woman and also from India. Then I thought go first. And she said, no, I can't go first and so on, give me some space. So did you like your space, or did you like means of course we admire you to be with us, but what is the impression about this, what we did? And do you do such a things back in your own home, as a different regions and so on do come together and share stories?
Yes, sir, actually we do, and we do small kind of poet association where we take similar topics and initiatives, spreading the languages, helping to reaching out the indigenous people. Also, we have like a small heart. Heart means a weekly market for indigenous people where we don't give free materials, but we give the spare materials in very nominal price, like 1 rupees or 2 rupees to their kids. So we do so many things, but I think such gatherings are also required. This was very erudite and educational for me, and I am very happy and grateful. Thank you.
Sangeeta ji, any comment?
I will just say it was very interesting to see the different facets of freedom that were presented and how they got tied together. It was just amazing to see the different aspects and the different ways it got tied together. So that was very informative for me.
Good that you noticed it. Good that you noticed it. Yeah. You needed certain amount of, that's good though. It's a human heart. Okay, so thank you. And thank you also for being the part of the original thinking process in how we would do it. So now finally we have this elderly comments from this thing and then we close. Okay, Bashant Bhai, what do you have to say? I also acknowledge your $200 that he has contributed to Sapne's efforts. So let us do that. All people are welcome to contribute to the efforts.
ये 4 लाइनें मेरी, because most of us understand Hindi. ये 4 लाइनें मेरी संगीता जी को समर्पित है.
Sorry, क्या बोले?
4 लाइनें मेरी आपको समर्पित है.
We have recording now. So you say in English with all people, then we can do your private.
तो अमृता प्रीतम जी ने लिखा है, देख कर दर्द किसी और का जो आह दिल से निकल जाती है, बस इतनी छोटी सी बात है जो आदमी को सुनना, जो आदमी को इंसान बना देती है. थैंक यू.